I'll admit that one was me looking at the chat window. Whoops. Alright, enough of that. Just doing my daily snake runs, is that a crime? I don't think so. Let me have this. Okay, everything's good now. I could have gone so much farther. My dogs are barking. What? Why? Maybe there's a package being delivered today? That'd be weird. I just ordered my PC today. So it should not be that unless something amazing has happened. Let me find different track. Different music. No, don't switch account. Go to the music playlist. Do we? Nah. But should we? We could. I do have a Stream Jams playlist, which does have copyrighted music on it, so I will have to amend that at some point. We'll play this for now. Yeah. Okay. Where were we on this page? See if I can remember. Am I talking correctly? Am I speaking close enough? Should be fine. Trying to find the right distance and get the muscle memory ingrained in my head for how far I should be from this microphone. I think I was a wee bit too close last stream. It's kind of annoying. You know, I'll figure it out. It's not a headset mic where it's just on a fixed location, you know. I gotta move it around, or I gotta move myself around, and it does not move with me. I keep hearing this played in the store where I work. Just like the original version of it. And I keep thinking about this version now. So I have to play it. So today we finished the line art. It shouldn't be too bad. I can draw the faces in. That'll probably be the biggest hurdle. And then I can probably get the base colors in and start flatting things in. I don't really have a set amount. I'm at a weird turning point for this page in terms of progress, so I don't know where I'm going to end up exactly. We'll take it as it comes. Just looking at armor reference off screen right now. Trying to pin it down a bit better. Okay, I think I got it. I think I've got it. You always got to keep refreshing yourself. And then, your Clip Studio will freeze and you can't do anything. How do their foot armors work? What do they even call those? Sabaton? Sabaton? I don't know. It looks like they kind of just got this, like, repeating plate pattern. This is probably the first and foremost track I will need to remove from the streams where I do not want copyrighted material claimed on them, because this one gets flagged without fail. Every time. Armor from behind reference is what I'm looking for. Looks like I can kind of just finagle it. You guys know that Kentaro Miura started making Berserk. I looked this up earlier today. At 23, the age that I am right now. If that ain't ever gonna make a man feel inadequate. Learning that these mangaka were creating what is widely regarded as some of the best art in the industry. At the same age that I am right now, that'll do it, man. That'll really heighten your insecurity for the day. If not, your life. So I'm dealing with that a little bit. Don't worry, I'll get over it, maybe. Perhaps. These need to be more condensed because it's in perspective. Yeah, that makes more sense. Gotta reason it through every now and then. Then it'll start looking better. See, speaking of reasoning through, let's see if we can do something about this hand here. We have something going with the thumb here, but these fingers are all out of alignment. This might be a little too facing the camera for what I'm going for here. It's kind of an unnatural position to hold the hand. Let's try fixing it a little bit. Bro, I slept for 12 hours last night and just woke up. Congrats. No. Sorry. No? Congrats. Yeah, I'll say that one. Sup, Swan? I was debating on what I should feel, but then I realized sleeping for 12 hours is usually a godsend. In my particular line of experience, even more so. I was sleep deprived, so I feel like I'm in a daze. Well, that's good, I guess. I think the sleep should. Maybe that's the healing. That means it's getting better. God, this fist is freaking me up, dude. Get out of here. I need that Arthur fist for the good reference here. The recovery process, exactly. It's like healing from a cold. It gets worse before it gets better. Alright, here's the... we'll just do this for now, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, no, we can't. We must be better than the industry standards. Let's see, what does a fist look like? I need to draw this fist. I need to finish the line art today at the very least. So I need to go in here. And I need to do this hand. Frickin' just do it. Just gotta channel Kentaro Miura. He started drawing Berserk at age 23. I'm 23. I should be able to draw Berserk. That's how it works. What am I doing? I don't know. So it would be like... I guess it wasn't too unnatural the way it was before. I'm too late to draw Berserk, and you're very too late to start drawing One Piece. Pretty sure Oda started doing that when he was 17. If I'm not mistaken in my my real life lore. So even I'm too late to start drawing freaking One Piece. How do they do that? Yeah, I'll just become an international phenomenon at 17. Fuck it. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I'll just do that. Oh my god, yeah, I can't stand them sometimes. Eventually I get over it because they provide world-class entertainment for decades at the express, or at the, at the expense of their own well-being. But yeah, I can get angry if I want to. Born too early to explore the cosmos. Born too late to draw Berserk. Born at just the right time to draw whatever the heck this is. Imagine finding your sole purpose at 17. Could not be me. Although, maybe... Well, it's like, here's the thing. Maybe I found my purpose at 17, but I'm just not allowed to do it yet. Because I was drawing cringy fantasy anime OCs well before 17. So if I make that my livelihood, technically, I would have found my life's purpose at age like 12. And I just haven't acted on it until... Well, I haven't even acted on it yet, but maybe someday I'll be able to act on it. Oh, you know what? Me too. See? We have our purpose, we just can't make it our livelihood. Although you are farther along in terms of making it your actual livelihood, I will say. You actually make a living off of things you make, which from the perspective of myself and others like me is just like, well, that's cool. I haven't even done that yet, so... I sold a commission to Steve recently. That's about the latest in my artistic endeavors. Outside of my personal project. I don't even have a plural for that, because this is the project that I'm doing. Just need to write another rock opera. I wrote the first one at like age 13. What was it about? You have to say it now. I'm sorry, you brought it up. And now I will die if you don't say it. Out of curiosity, I'll be lying awake at night, wondering, what was it about? Gah, I'll never know. Put a bolt there for detail, why not? It got stolen? That sucks. Like a physical copy of thing that you had? Or like the idea, or both. I don't know. I'm assuming the physical thing. Was an urban fantasy about guardian angels existing in modern day. That sounds like something that would sell now. Especially if you just turn that into an isekai, you'd make bank immediately. That story, you know what it was? It was ahead of its time. I drew it with ink on paper, didn't we all? I drew my first comics with pencil on printer paper. 8.5 by 11. Did it look bad? Yes. Yes, it did. You can count on that. It looked pretty bad. I do want to revisit it one day. I mean, that's how this whole story idea came about. I've had the idea for this story, good old Rites of Harmony, since I was in, like, probably early high school. Printer paper. So much printer paper. And then the pencil, since I drew it in pencil, would just smudge all over the damn place. It was not a good way to go about creating anything. I would not recommend it. Unless you are, as I was, like 12 years old, making comics. I didn't even know what a digital drawing tablet was at age 12. That took me until at least 14 when I was making cringy anime OCs on Google+. Rest in peace, Google+, you will not be missed. Mainly because if you ever were recovered, all of my cringy art would be just rediscoverable again. My brother did me a solid and got me proper dipping pens, so it wasn't just pencil on paper. Well, that's nice. A more permanent documentation of the work, as opposed to pencil. I don't even know if I could look at my original. I don't know if I have any of them, or where they would be. They might be on the bookshelf right behind me, but I'm a little too scared to check, because that would mean I'd have to confront that part of myself once again. And I don't think I'm ready for that. I'm all about moving forward, and speaking of moving forward, I ordered my PC today. So that should be showing up 4 days from now, I think. I think it said June 19th, expected shipping. I got the whole notification. You have to be... They require a signature from someone who's 21 years or older to receive that package. And I'm just like, what if I was like a kid billionaire and I ordered my own PC and I couldn't even like get it because the due to delivery, you need 21 years or older. I didn't start drawing on a tablet till I was 18. I was probably a little earlier than that. I don't recall. It was probably 14 if I'm remembering right. Although, I'll get into it after It's a big purchase. What kind of PC? Custom made. Not custom made, but it's like a, you know, there's this website. I can actually bring it up right now. I'll pull it up. It's a pre-built, but it's one where you can pick the parts. Kid billionaire, yeah. What if I was a freaking emerald diamond kid? Some kind of miner kid. Which I guess is just a kid, if you're thinking about it in that way. And then I couldn't even order my own PC because I couldn't sign for it. That would be so ridiculous. But yeah, I'm bringing up the website right now. It's from this website called NZXT. I've heard they're one of the better pre-built services because what you can do is you could just go here and build your own. And if it ever loads... oh, you gotta do this. There we go. And you could pick your chipset. I did Intel because I'm not a freaking loser. They are good. Yeah, nice, nice. I'm glad to hear other reviews. So I got a computer from this website. I did not get $2,500 computer. Mine was a little cheaper than... I built my own like a chump. I was considering it, but I was like, I don't trust myself nearly enough to build my own. But in the future, if I ever do want to swap out parts, a case like this is definitely more customizable than the freaking monolith that I have now. To swap the graphics card out of the monolith computer that I have right now, me and my friend, we spent literally the entire afternoon, maybe like 4.5 hours, just dealing with all these stupid things that popped up. We had to reconfigure something on the motherboard to even let it run the new GPU. It was a freaking nightmare. He broke a plastic part, holding, like, one of the clips holding the case parts together on the monolith. And I actually thanked him, and he was like, actually, this is an improvement, because your computer was impossible to open. And this actually makes it easier to open. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I agree. I don't care that you broke that plastic clip off. I actually thank you for doing that. They should have designed it that way. You did not want to be messed with. Absolutely not. But yeah, I didn't draw on a tablet. You know what I used to do? Was I would do this. I would be here. This is me with my stupid, dumb little glasses that I had. My long, flowing locks that went down to my ankles. It did not. But it could have. And I would just sit here. And I would have a tablet. Like a... Not even like a drawing tablet, but like, you know, like a Samsung or like a Google... What do they call them? Nexus? I forget. I have one. I just forgot what it's called. And I would draw with my finger on the screen with a digital app. I forget what it was called. I think it was called Sketch something. Autodesk. I don't remember. Autodesk Sketch. That sounds familiar. And I would do that when I was like 14 to like 16. That's what I would do. And I would post my images on Google+, which has thankfully died, and I never have to show anybody my cringy anime drawings from that period of my life, because they are dead in the water. Finger drawings. I got pretty decent at it, too. If I could ever find those images, even just like a couple of them, I would show them off. Mine are still on DeviantArt. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. I could look at them right now if I so chose. Let's see here. What do I want to do? Maybe I should draw the plating. Nah. Wait. Yeah. No. Yes. I mean, with any luck, DeviantArt will explode sooner or later with all their AI shenanigans they're doing. So who knows? Maybe you'll be saved too one day. I have seen that there is, unfortunately, a Google Plus archive. I've tried figuring out how to use it, but I literally have no idea. People have backed up a ton of content from the larger communities, but in order to... it's so weird. I have no idea how to use the APIs or anything here. So, somebody could, I think, theoretically recover something that I made on Google+. But I don't... I'm too stupid to figure this out. I have no clue how to use it. And every time I try to look up people accessing it, I have no clue. It's all a bunch of technical language that I have no idea. I've read it's being... Internet Archive does not have a searcher, but it is being developed. On the other hand, I understand automatic capture of Internet Archive does not work. Previous user access of Gplay... Yeah, I have no clue. I guess in theory it's possible, but all of the terms around it, a project, sound like a bunch of wizardry and rocket science to me, so for all intents and purposes, my old art is dead. For better or for worse. And I would like to think for the better. Looking at some armor reference. Alright, so we have to draw a couple faces, then some hair. Okay, we should be able to do the line art pretty easily today. And then I'll start flatting some stuff in. Swan, did you hear that Delicious in Dungeon is getting an anime? Because I did, very recently. Very excited about that one. Especially because Studio Trigger is the one doing it, and it's like, oh my god. Hell yeah, brother. What is that? Do you not know? I'll show you. Shut up, Monster Hunter, for like a sec, if you wouldn't. Do I have the trailer still here? I do have the trailer still here. Bop. Wait. Hiya. Whoops. New Studio Trigger series. They make food out of dungeon creatures. And it's very big on world building from what I understand, so you know, I'm into it. I think Soupy recommended this to me at one point. Well, you'll be able to watch it in January 2024. It's coming out. Half a year. So I'm very excited about that. This is just our D&D campaign. I think that's part of the appeal that made this series blow up as a manga. It just feels like a D&D campaign. It literally has elf, dwarf, human, halfling. It's quite literally just a D&D campaign in a manga format. So I'm excited about that whole thing. It's gonna be good. Look at that. Now they got all the volumes on sale. Well, I just bought a PC, so I am a little strapped for cash today. You know what? I actually had to call my bank and make them raise my spending limit for today. Just so I could actually buy that. Because my card kept getting declined, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna have to temper... It appears you're trying to make a purchase larger than $2,500, and I'm like, yeah, that is me. I am making a bad decision today, so if you could just let me do that, that'd be great. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm not a fraud. Looks very good. It'll definitely be worth be watching it for anime night. Nice. Nice-oo. Am I on the right thing again? I am on the right thing again. Okay, let's draw the hair. Yeah, let's do that. Do you have a credit card yet? No. I don't have a credit card yet. I've never needed one. I know everyone's like, you gotta build credit, man. How are you gonna buy a house or something like that in the future? Take out a loan for anything. It's like, have you seen the goddamn housing market? When am I ever going to get... When I'm 80? I don't think I need to worry about a credit card for a while. Get one ASAP? No. You can't make me. Whoops. I should not be doing these on the same layer. Let's do that over here. My mother is an accountant, and she has never seen fit to tell me that I need one, and I trust her judgment financially. If anyone knows about it, about what's best for our current financial situation, it would be my mother. So I think I'll be good without one for a bit. I'm serious, it's, whoops, good for you. You can get rewards points if anything, just get one without any fees. I'll look into it. I'll look into it. He said, knowing damn well how bad he is at looking into things. Don't worry, I'll do it. I'll do it for sure, though. This time, for real, 100%. If I had my way, I'd be just saving all my money in the form of buried gold in my backyard, but we can't always have what we want. And every time you buy something, you'll get credit and points, which you can use towards free stuff. Whoops. And if you use a debit card, you don't get any of that. Yeah, that's true. Maybe I'll start yelling at my parents. Get me a credit card. I'm gonna do some irresponsible things. I'm overdrafting myself immediately. How many V-Bucks can I get in a 24-hour period of time? Look into high-yield savings account. I believe I already have one of those. I believe that's the one I have currently. I'm not really saving a whole hell of a lot, though, after today, because I just pulled out $2,500 for a PC. No good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got one of them high-yield ones. The rest of the money is, unfortunately, I've spent it all on NFTs for sure, yep. My monkeys are they're gonna come back. I'm telling you, that value is gonna recuperate any day now. And we don't lose money to inflation. I mean, that's becoming increasingly more impossible to do. Inflation is going fucking nuts. Looking like a goddamn DeviantArt profile. You know the ones. True. When are we just gonna agree that we need to just storm up to Jeff Bezos' house and just knock on his door until he gives us all money? Like he just personally hands out $1,000 to everybody who walks up to him? When are we gonna agree that that needs to happen? I'm good to do that tomorrow if everyone else can get their schedule set up. We'll just make a day of it. Elon too. We'll have to storm his house at some point. Hello, sleepless beings. How you doing? I sleep very often, actually. Sometimes too much. Sup, Mask? Swan also just slept for 12 hours, self-admittedly, so I think you're alone on this one, Mask. Yeah, see, she slept 12 hours. Go, 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 go. Sugar, go, 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 go. Maybe. You know those people that live stream themselves sleeping and there's that whole category for it on Twitch? Do you think their viewers get angry whenever they're awake? Like they're being deprived of the content that they came there for in the first place? Like it's their equivalent of a streamer having dead air or downtime if they're conscious. Like, good God, man, go to sleep. You're ruining the stream. Resident Sleeper is like a pog for them over there. Anytime somebody puts PogChamp in a sleeping stream, that's how you know it's gone downhill. You gotta bring down the vibes fast. You gotta start saying less words. You gotta start playing chiller music. Maybe I fell asleep at 8 yesterday and woke up right now. Are the days blurring together for you too? That is a phenomenon I do feel still. Especially as a result of graveyard hours. Okay, so yeah, also the GPU in my PC that I ordered is a 4070 Ti. So I was future-proofing that thing to hell and back, for sure. I was not taking any chances with because this computer I've had right now, I believe I've mentioned it since like 2012. I've had this computer for like 11 years now. I need the next one I get, especially since it's a big purchase every time you do it. You know, I need an upgrade that's going to last a long time. So I got the 4070 Ti. I wanted to originally settle for just a 4070 because the price to performance improvement for a 4070 Ti compared to a 4070, very minimal. But NZXT kept going out of stock for the parts that I wanted, so I figured I would just man up, save up the couple $100 extra I would need. And I did that. I tried to future-proof mine too. What do you mean tried? That makes me worried that you said tried there, that you put that word in there as a qualifier. What do you mean tried? Tried and failed? Tried and succeeded? Come on, you gotta give me more than that. Do or do not, there is no try. Yoda said that, and also he's wrong about that. You can definitely try. There, you can... Yoda, what was that even about? Oh no, I didn't mean that in a bad way. Okay. Sounded like you said tried and then immediately like you bought the GPU and then the day after the Nvidia just announced a full like 3 new lines of GPUs or something and you just had to sit there being like, dang it, what inopportune timing that was. Nah, well. We should flip this, I think. Do the old kick flip. I had decent timing because it was before Bitcoin. How does that work? Oh, I get it. I see. Because the GPU. Yeah. Because that became a whole thing. Yeah, yeah, that is good timing. Unfortunately, we do live in a post-cryptocurrency era, so I don't think it'll ever quite be the same. Is it the 4090, the newest one? I believe so. I believe that is the newest one. GPUs didn't get snatched up for mining yet. Yeah. I put the dots together. I got it there. Yeah, we are in a post-crypto era. It is always going to have a use, and the GPU market is in shambles forever. As a result. Yeah, I don't think Nvidia's had anything else beyond the 4090. There might be some AMD Ryzen stuff that they're making right now, but I don't know. Could not tell you. I don't really care much about the newest GPUs anyway. I'm probably not going to be using... I don't even have a monitor that would be worth outputting in 4K. I think I get... The most I get out of a monitor is like 1440p, and I'm fine with that. I don't really care about 4K gaming. You would put your lovely, sparkling new PC on your old desk. My old desk has a drawer in it and some shelves. It's a very nice old desk. It's just a little small is all. Okay? Maybe y'all with your big desks are compensating for something. Maybe, maybe ever look inside yourself and consider that one? If somebody loves you and you have a small desk and they love you even in spite of that, that's how you know you're truly meant for each other, okay? All you people with big desks, you don't even know if people like you for who you are. Or if they just like you for your big desk. My monitor is also 1440p, yeah. Focused on one that had good color calibration. I should probably look more into that, actually. My desk has a keyboard tray. Yeah, my desk has a keyboard tray. That's what you sound like. My desk has a keyboard. Alright, enough. My desk isn't made out of corkboard. Oh, yeah? Is it now? What is yours made out of? Actual wood? Impossible. First of all, could not be possible. No one's ever made a desk out of wood. After the year, I'm assuming like 2010. The voice of a man who copes. No, the voice of a man who is right. He has a desk that people would respect him for. People don't just like me for my desk. That reminds me of a tweet that I saw. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, here it is. Being medium ugly is lit. Like, people have to like you for you, but then some chicks think you really fine, but you ugly enough to keep yourself humble. Smooth sailing. That's how my desk is, alright? It's medium ugly. Some people think I'm fine, okay? And I still keep myself humble. I do love that tweet. That's a good one. Mine is that material you use to put tacks in to hold notes. What is that one again? Is it called corkboard? I'm pretty sure it is. Aggressively coping. You have to let the medium ugly people like me cope, Swan. You have to let us do it. Whoops! Oh, I also need to draw the necklace, so we're gonna have to erase that anyway. We have to take pride somewhere. Listen, are you gonna really start gatekeeping ugly people from feeling happiness? Even medium ugly people? Is that what you want? Is that the position you want to die on? Die in? Position you want to... Hill you want to die... You know, is that how you want to go out? No answer. Exactly as I anticipated. You bought a desk mat that you can't use? I am using it. It's just mainly obscured by my drawing tablet. But I am using it, so... Checkmate, atheists. There is a god somewhere, and it's called... It's called the desk that has enough space to use a desk mat that's wide. It's not my fault you make them like 100 feet wide. Oh, am I out of music? Do this one. I have small ones. I didn't want that. No. I'm going all out here. Well, if you always got your way, I wouldn't even have a desk mat right now, because you would have, like, rejected the order somehow. So, maybe we shouldn't always listen to what you say. In my opinion. If everybody listened to your way, Swan, you would be in the streets right now. Homeless. No money. Ow. I actually have expected you to put it on your keyboard still with the edges drooping over. Let me be homeless. No. People won't allow it. Even if you were a homeless person, you'd still be one of those homeless people that, like, does street performance art, I think. And you'd just be like, no, please stop giving me money. Please, I just want to create so that I can create. You don't have to give me anything for it. And then people would be tossing money in your hat. And you'd be like, no, stop, please. I don't need this. Zotan, you have a keyboard stool? You knew I had a keyboard stool. I've only talked about it every time it comes up. Which is more often than it should, honestly, if I want people to respect me, but it does come up often. It is true, I know this. 100%. Oh, I need to open this up. 1 second. Go to chapter 1. Open up the little bit of face reference we got going on here. From the front, how does your face look? Let me just get a good read on that. Okay, I get it. Locked in. Not this one. This one. Okay. It's a beard-first approach to this guy's facial construction. That's the secret to this guy's character design. At least the way I do it. Most people would suggest some kind of underlying structure to your illustration. Nah, screw that, dude. Just a freaking beard. That's all you need. Yeah, I really did freaking make a weird-ass design for this. Is that how the Zotan face is constructed too? Beard first? No, I think when I draw the Zotan face, I'm pretty sure it's ear first. If I'm trying to recall correctly how I normally draw it. It's either ear or nose first. They're very prominent features, so it's kind of hard to ignore them. You gotta get the placement of those right. Or else it'll just all look weird. There's not enough beard in the Zotan design to get him going with that. How loud is this right now? Could be louder, I think. Trying to get my music levels better than rewatching my streams. It seems a little quiet at times. So I'll just bump that a little bit. Whoops. Now, how loud is that one? I'm gonna talk over... You know what? I'll just let this rock at the volume it's at now, and you guys tell me if it seems too loud at any point while I'm speaking. Because this song definitely goes in, and if this song is a decent volume when I'm speaking, it doesn't, you know, overshadow me too much. Should probably be a decent enough benchmark. I can still hear you good. Some might say too much, but I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you had the restraint to not say that. Because I do have feelings. Sometimes. When it's applicable. You do? I think so. I'm pretty sure I got those. Sometimes I wake up after sleeping on my arm at a weird angle, though. And there's no feelings in that thing. For like an hour. So, I don't know where they go when they're gone. But the feelings do eventually return. Goblin feel. Well, that's just a little bit racist, I think. So let's not call them goblin feelings. They're just feelings like everybody else has, you know? They're just normal feelings. Let's not racially codify it, okay? You wouldn't catch me going around saying those orcs got orc feelings, mainly because they would punch my face in. But, you know, just for ethical and humane reasons, I don't think I should say that. I didn't do goblin crimes, I did crimes. That's why I'm in jail right now. I did get an extension on my sentence, though, recently. I walked up to a guard. We don't normally get desserts, so I was asking him about what his favorites would be, and I was like, what is your favorite dessert? And he's like, I don't really know. And I was like, do you like pudding? And he was like, yeah, I like pudding. And then I was like, putting these nuts in your mouth. And then he just... I was immediately incarcerated again, put in my cell. He did not much care for that one. I thought it was pretty funny, personally. But he did not much care for that one. Fully expected, though, to be honest. I think it was worth it. I mean, you had to go for it? I know, I did. They don't serve desserts here. So I knew it would get him, guaranteed. He made it so easy. His hair kind of doesn't do this. I need to fix that. Do goblin things get goblin proud? You seem to have a very hyperfixation. What did I say about racism? Every time I listen to this, it just reminds me that a new Professor Layton game is actually being developed. And that just, it's crazy to me that that's happening. Would not have expected it. After all these years. And it's in like a steampunk world as well. It's nuts. And the Persona 3 is getting a remake? The age of the old school is coming back in full force. A 2D Sonic game is getting 3D graphics again. It really does just feel like the 90s, even though I was never born for those. It does feel like it. Bring all my handhelds to PC. Yeah, do that. You could do that right now if you had a Steam Deck and just a capacity for piracy, which I do. I don't freaking care about these developers. They're not reselling their games, especially Nintendo. You think I'm not going to emulate a GameCube game? Maybe you should try releasing one every now and again. Nintendo. Final Fantasy in 2 discs? I can't believe they're doing 2 discs. When's the last time a game needed 2 discs? I can think of like Lost Odyssey on the Xbox, or Blue Dragon, also on the Xbox. I want to play Ghost Trick, but no monies to buy it right away. Me neither. In light of recent events. Little strapped for cash. For some reason. Can't quite put my finger on my goblin-y fingers on it. My green, disgusting fingers. I've been drawing for an hour. God, I've got nothing done. What happened? I'll play it with Ace, or I'll play it with Soupy since it's an Ace Attorney. Adjacent, yeah. I have $10 left. That's I bet I still got more than $10. I don't think I cut it that close to overdrafting my account, but it is pretty close. I dropped a lot of money that was in my account to buy this PC. But it's worth it, because I plan on owning that PC for many years. Or at least a lot of the parts within it. If I do need to upgrade a GPU or CPU in the future, it should be a lot easier, though, and that's really all I care about, is the customizability this new case and a semblance of parts will allow for, hopefully for a long while. Waiting for Steam sale in 2 weeks? Yeah, that'll be a good time. Studiopolis good. Studiopolis very good. Speaking of great Sonic games. This is a banger tune from a banger game. Swan, does it feel like this when you do art streams all the time? You're just drawing for like 10 minutes? Or at least it feels that way, and then you look at the timer and it's been an hour and a half? And you feel like you've gotten nothing done? I know it's a phenomenon amongst a lot of streamers, where the time just seems to go away out of nowhere. But today, it really just seemed to hit. I don't know where it came from. I feel like I've done nothing. Yeah, I get nothing done. In all caps. I just sit there and chat most times. I mean, that's what it feels like I'm doing right now. It's kind of also a thing. I don't think it eats up time that much on an individual case-by-case basis, but the fact that I do have to look down at my phone on my thigh to get my chat experience, because that's where it fits. I don't have a second monitor. I don't have room for it, as you might expect from a guy with a keyboard stool. But my space allocation is rough out here. So I'm thinking taking that half a second to look down at my thigh to read stuff whenever the mood strikes me to do so. Probably adds up after a while. You know what would solve that? No. And I don't want to know. So if you have an answer, freaking shut it. Keep your gob shut. Can I say that? I am a goblin, so I guess I could. Big desk, that's it. Where's my band hammer? Let me rustle around. Oh, I found it. Wait, is this on the... Okay. It's on the good layer. Oh yeah, next week is going to be hot over here. Yeah, I was seeing the news. They were talking about all sorts of heat advisory warnings, and they were showing it down in old Tejas and Mexico and what have you. It looks like it's going to get spicy down there, and I feel a little bit bad for you guys. Although you should feel a little bad for me, because we recently just had orange skies as a result of Canadian wildfires. So you know what? I do feel bad, but also the air quality was literally toxic in some areas of the state up here. So, you know, a little bit of sympathy can go both ways, I think. 47 Celsius. Ouchie. That's a spicy meatball. I just don't know why Canada can't seem to keep their weather phenomena to themselves. Every time there's a cold front in the winter here in New York, you bet your ass it came from Canada. It always comes from Canada. They're the ones doing it. They breathe down our necks with their icy tongue. I just can't... I just, like, keep it to yourself, bro. I don't want it. And now they're spitting smoke. They're blowing smoke in our face. I can't believe it. Canada's literally vaping on us right now. Alright, so I have a new goal for the stream in light of how much progress I seem to not be making. We're gonna do the line art. That for sure is gonna get done today. And then we're gonna do the base layer. I don't think we're gonna have time to do flats. But we're gonna do the base layer. And hopefully we'll get that done at the very least. Alright, now we get to draw the eyeball. Well, we should flip it again, actually. It's been a while. That looks relatively okay, which is about all you can ask for when you're making a comic, before you move on to the next page as a result of progress that needs to be made. It's just how it is. Yeah, let's just merge all this. Refresh myself on the eyes here. Make sure I got them right. The problem with avoiding same face syndrome, which is something I like to do deliberately, is that you have to consciously alter the faces of your characters, and as a result you have to draw features in so many different ways. It becomes a little hard to keep track of. Probably should put a little bit of a guideline here. I also started fully using my Discord recently, my private server that I have, that I always intended to make to store art references, but I never actually got around to uploading images to it. I started doing that today, and it feels very good to finally have all of those images in one place that is not just my phone's file storage drive, which could be prone to being lost at any second. I know Discord could hypothetically go down someday, but it does feel good to have them in more than one spot for now. I want to take another nap, but I gotta go set up my table in an hour. You're right at another place? I must have missed that one. Where are you now? Where are they now? Should make a reference sheet like that? Yeah. It's good. It's useful, I will say. I'm in North Carolina? I had no clue. Well, yeah, good luck to you there, then. Had no idea you were already at another one. Did you even beat Metal Gear yet? Or did you just have to do that for a week and then you're like, yeah, I'm also leaving again immediately? Because I know what happened last time. That you can't hide from me. I thought I'd beat it in one night. I do know of the events that transpired at the end of that one. Or should I say the beginning of that one? In a way, it is a new beginning. My hubris. You should have known better than to have thought that an NES game would be forgiving in any capacity. Now look at you. Look what you've done. Your arrogance. The traveling swan can be seen going from con to con, traveling coast to coast, sometimes beyond the coast, becoming a seafaring bird, traveling to Hawaii, where the tax laws are very generous. Especially when compared to, Seattle. I partially blame the game for crashing constantly. Just search to the skies for him. And here we can see the swan being depicted performing a rather curious ritual. As of late, they have adopted this strategy of calling out to humans, but in a manner that implies reverse psychology. Don't give me money! Spend it on yourselves, and yet the humans, curiously, react to this stimuli by providing the swan with any resource it needs. More research needs to be conducted to figure out just exactly why this phenomena seems to work so well in the swan's favor. Use your money to buy a bigger desk, they call. What's with the angry face? It's true. You know this to be true deep inside your heart. Steam updated the UI and I don't like it. Oh yeah, I did hear they were doing that. I don't know. I haven't seen it myself, but I did hear they were doing that. I guess I could check in on it in a bit. Are you sure you don't like it, or is it just different? I feel like you need at least a little bit of time with it before you just be like, I don't know. I'm more to give benefit of the doubt in terms of UI changes. Usually. Feels weird. That is bound to happen. It is new and different, and that creates fear within most people. It's fine. Change is unnatural within the psychology of the human being. You know, change means something needs to be run away from back in the days of the caveman, you know. If you're not sitting there just eating fruits like you were normally, perhaps it's because a predator came by. We don't like change. But that doesn't mean it's always a bad thing. Different, yeah, that is how it be. God, we got 1, 2, 3 more faces to draw? Oy, oy, oy. Oy vey. Stop yelling at me, TikTok. I don't even use your app. Maybe that's why it's yelling at me. It's a Midna's lament, y'all. Bring her back. Why do we only get one game with the best side character? It's not fair. Plus the Twilight Realm in general. Realm? Why'd I say it like that? Realm? The freaking Twilight Realm was pretty sick anyway, so why we only get one game in there? Whoops. Need a bigger eraser. Just slightly, though. Alright, a lie. What does your freaking eyeballs look like? Let me just rough those in real quick. This will be a nightmare. Feels like. This one again. No, we've already listened to you. Ah. I need a full OST. Do the Okami one. Hey, oh, wait. There we go. Okay. God, this song is so good, dude. I can't do a karaoke stream of this one, though. What am I gonna do? Ding dong, ding dong. No, not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do that. I could, but I won't. Lull me to sleep with karaoke? Alright, let me just find the, Let me just find the most relaxing song I can in my karaoke lounge here, my playlist that I got. What's the most ear-piercing, relaxing song that I can find here? I'll do some karaoke to some Devil May Cry 3. The time has come, and so have I. Yeah, we'll just do that. Will that lull you to sleep? No, we'll just go back to the Okami. Zotan, did you draw this eye in perspective correctly on your first try? Do you know what? I think I did. And I can't even believe it myself. I think I need to move this one over, but the other one looks great. That's nuts. I never do that. Also, you can't sleep. You have a table to set up. No napping for you. You're gonna miss the convention, the entire thing. Can't do that. You would never financially recover from that. Maybe you would. I don't know. You got all these highfalutin things like a high-yield credit card or something. It's all a blur to me, but I'm sure you're a regular billionaire. A kid billionaire by now. Able to buy your own PCs if you were only old enough to sign the papers for them. Which, unfortunately, as I learned today, most kids would not be. Coming in here, the beginning of the stream telling me to be a cog in the machine. I already am a cog, and I'm stocking grocery store shelves. I don't know how much more of a cog I could be. Getting all those notifications from LinkedIn about people that were in my school making more progress in life than I am, and I'm just like, I've read about this exact phenomenon. People have always talked about it, and now it's actually happening to me. And it's no less upsetting. Turning off those notifications, but I know people. I'm really only on there for like 2 people whose career paths I actually care about. Some of the homies that I speak to in Discord from the old school days. But yeah, there's like at least like 10 people around that much whose notifications I get from connections and whatnot, where I'm just like, I don't even freaking... Who are you? I mean, I know who you are, but why do I care? I don't care that you got a career at insert company here for the past 6 months. Congratulate them on their new position. I don't know. No. Keep on the ones that you get for messages from your friends, true, since they might throw an opportunity your way. I basically do that. Had some school friends through throw job openings at me. Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of overlap, but maybe. Maybe. One of the friends I follow, or whose notifications I actually care about, he's in cyber security, I think. So I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot of overlap between what he does and graphic design, but you never know. You never know. Had to be careful with the placement of the irises here. Looked like she was doing a bit of an ahaga. Cannot have that. Nope. It's not that kind of manga. Not that kind of comic. I can't make a manga. I'm American. Some people like to say you can be a Westerner and make manga. I would argue functionally, no. Technically, yes. Functionally, no. You can make a comic in the style of manga, but a manga is, by definition, just a word that denotes origin. Same with anime. You can do stuff in the style of it, but I don't think, unless you were born and raised, and currently inhabiting that country, I don't think it counts. I don't think it works that way. Is it a semantic argument? Yeah. Are those arguments the worst kind? Yeah. But it's one that can be made. And I love arguing. Not really. I actually am very averse to confrontation. In case it wasn't obvious. Only when it's Swan. Then I'll get very confrontational. 100%. I'll freaking argue all day. Mask, I would argue with as well. Anybody I know personally, or on a more personal level, I'll argue with them. For sure. It's just fun to do with people you know better. Rob, I'd argue with him. I'd freaking do it. Steve, I'd argue with him also. Day and night. He'd be like, the handler is so cool, and I'd be like, ugh! And that would be the argument. And I'd win. How are you going to argue against somebody that your character is cool if they physically throw up at the mere mention of the character you say is cool? I think they win. Just inherently with that. I hope he was joking. At least a little bit, when he said he was going to come at me with more commissions. Because he seemed to imply that they were going to be more handler commission. I hope not. I would love to not draw the handler anymore. That would be very good. Iceborne handler, cool. Regular handler, bad. Yeah, serious handler is fine. He didn't even want me to draw the serious handler. He could have. He could have said that, but he didn't. No. Had him ask me to draw the stinky handler. The one that sucked. He wanted you to draw what you hated, but why? I have never shown malice toward him. Except for that one time. No, that was a joke. I've never shown malice toward him. No matter who it was. I should have told him that I hated, like, Lady from DMC5. Can't stand the sight of her. Yeah, oh no, I have to draw Lady from Dumb Like Cry 5. Oh... That sucks. Well, if you really want me to, I guess I could get it done for you, Stove, but, you know. You're really twisting my arm here, but I'll get it done for you, whatever. I'm not sure he would have believed you. I don't think anybody would have believed me. Casca from Berserk, I mean, I guess if I had to pick a least favorite character of all time, that would be her, so... if I must... A jacked tomboy fantasy adventurer lady? Probably top 3 least favorite aesthetics of all time, if I had to put them out there. What's your least favorite character, Swan, huh? Who am I gonna commission somebody to draw in the future? Somebody, TM. Riku? Sora? Goofy? Donald? Perhaps? Do those commission ideas sound good to you? Do they inspire confidence within you? I'll never tell. You better, or else I'm just gonna pick an option that might be even worse than what you want. I don't hate Kingdom Hearts characters, I just hate the way the property was handled. That's braver than me. I would hate them. I would hate the series as a result of what they've done to it. I couldn't distance myself from the characters from how the property was handled mentally. They would all just blur together for me. Where did I put this? Oh, I could have you draw one of those weird pervoids from the Judgment game. Yeah, that'd be good. Anything with suggestive undertones, I think, would probably be a bad pick for you personally. On your Christian stream, or your anti-Christian stream, sorry. Make it a true satanic stream. Steak is already halfway there with his foot. I'm not going to call it a fetish because that's rude, but I'm not going to call it a fetish. Hedonism everywhere. Hedonism and sodomy? I would hope not. But it just fit the bit. A Caligulan miasma. This freaking baby swaddle better get drawn at the proper shape or I'm gonna lose my mind. That looks like a decent one. But not perfect. What is this song? Oh, yes, I'm still on the Okami one. That's good. No, I don't like this line. I need a new one. I require another. Try again. God, it's hot in this room again. Every time. It's not even that hot outside. Let me check the temperature right now. It's 74. It's not even that hot. I can't imagine living where Mask does. I would never stream. I would simply just be dying in this room and be like, be a good day to stream if I could breathe properly. Doing wrist exercises for my sore wrist and it keeps popping. That's how you know it's healing. The recovery process we talked about. I've noticed I'll just have days where my knees are real fricked up now ever since I started doing this grocery job. And it's not even from, like, what you would think. Like, you know, when you hear about knee troubles, you hear about, like, moving. But, like, no, if I, like, bend my legs too much, like, if I'm, like if I were just crunched up in a ball, if my legs are bent too much, then my knees start hurting. It's not even like if I'm moving. So I don't know what that is. That's been a recent sensation. Luckily, I don't need my legs too much. I am an artist, and not a performative one. I'm not a dancer in any capacity. So I don't really care if my knees go bad so much. Need knee exercises? I'll freaking get them shits amputated or something. I don't need them. Give me some prosthetic legs, honestly. Can't have arthritis in my knees if they're gone. Think about that, medicine. No. What? It's a good idea. You can't tell me that's not, like, the best idea I've had. I know that's not saying a lot, but it is an idea that I had, and it's better than some of the other ones. Plus, I'd make a lot of cool friends as a member of the, you know, the amputee squad. I'd have a new group of people to hang out with. They might not really like me when they find out why I'm an amputee, but, you know, those brief moments, it'll be like a whole new friend group to bond over a familiar thing we have with, you know? I think you're being ableist, Swan. Frankly. Why can't a man have his legs willfully amputated in the year of our Lord 2023? Just so he doesn't have to get arthritis in them in the future. Tell them your legs were ripped off by a bear? Yeah, that's true. That's a good idea. Lying. It's an interesting tactic. One I had not considered, but I could do that. My legs were ripped off by a swan. You would never believe it. Vengeful little things, them. You get a whole pack of them on you? I don't even know what a flock of them on you? Tear you to shreds. But the bear got it where you should see the other guy. You head down to the veterinary clinic down the street, you'll hear a story about a bear that just came in there recently, quadriplegic. That's right, all of his legs. I got him. He had more legs than me, to injure, so... Luckily, he got off worse than I did. I managed to win that by a way of ratio and proportion. I injured more of his limbs because he had more legs. So basically, yes, what I am saying is that the bear got ratioed. 100%. In a way. One thing I am thankful for is that this comic is legitimately keeping me on a daily routine of art when I fear most other means of art creation would not have done so. Like my usual studies that I was doing before I started doing a job again, and posting that on Instagram and all that. That was fun, but I don't know if it could have had the staying power or instilled within me the same sense of discipline that is required for me to keep going with something, as this comic has. So I'm glad that I have been able to maintain some semblance of routine with my artistic endeavors. Even at all. Just even a little bit. Because otherwise I feel like I'd be falling off completely. Be on like one of those month-long breaks that I used to accidentally go on when I was in high school. Feel terrible about myself the entire time it was happening. Glad you've been able to keep up with the comic. Yeah, me too. Haven't been moving as fast as I would like, but there's only so much I can do with about like 2 hours in the day. And this weekend I can't even spend like extra time on it because I have to script out the next few pages so that I don't fall behind again. Because I've said it before, I have the plot sequence all in mind. That's also, but the script on a chapter by chapter basis, I still got to get that done. I got to catch up. Got to catch up on that. Another reason I'm kind of envious of those guys, even though they've definitely earned it. Your Kentaro Miuras and your Odas, is they got into the career very early, and they had an impressive baseline with their artistic skill and storytelling capabilities. But like, my God, if you just like, I can't even imagine, if I had just like this year now was able to make this my full-time job, the rate of improvement that I would gain from just being able to designate, like, I don't know, 8, 12-hour days to this comic whenever I wanted, it'd be nuts. You would improve anybody would. You would improve so fast, just having any job in the artistic industry like that. I can only imagine. It would be sick, I know. I'd freaking love that. It's like animators. Animators they become like some of the most proficient draftsmen of all time. Even people in other industries say this, like concept artists. They'll hype up every animator they know as these crazy draftsmen because they have to draw figures hundreds, if not thousands of times a day. And it's like, of course you would get godlike at doing that. You spent so many hours doing that? It's insane. The amount of work you can the amount of mileage you can generate from just having a job that requires that. So, I am very jealous, is the moral of that story. Of anybody with an art job, where they can just generate just countless hours of experience, just by doing the job. One more face, and then we could start flatting in the base layer. And this page is actually coming along quite a bit quicker than Actually, we could draw the necklace. We have to do that. Alright, then we can start flatting in everything. And this page has definitely come along quicker than this one. Freaking... this one's not even done yet. I have to do lighting in this one and some detail work on the bed frame, but that's neither here nor there. That page is still not done. The Nightmare panel. Perspective background and multiple figures in that perspective. What am I doing? There's 3 up here, there's like 3 in here, 1, 3. I keep talking about needing to do a page where there's just an object and a panel and a text bubble next to it. I keep drawing people. I gotta stop. I gotta show some restraint. That's my advice to you, Swan, if you have to do a rock opera. Stop drawing people. There's too many. If you think you're drawing the right amount of people, it's too much. Reduce the number of people that you think is the right amount by 1 or 2. And then it'll probably be closer to the amount that I would recommend. Think about it as adding visual interest to the page if you don't have a person in every panel. Yeah, I do have to do that at some point. It'll get better. This is the whole... the whole point of this scene is the introduction of the characters and these lads as additional characters. So I feel like I kind of need the characters for now. It seems like I've drawn a lot of people, but in reality, this is only like page 10, so... It's not like there's been a people taking up every panel. But I do need to stop drawing so dang. I need to do something. I need to start looking up some more cinematic language, some more cinematic reference. How do they do it in movies? What are they showing in film when they're not showing the people? I need to perhaps look into that more. Lookity lurkin. Mike sounds awesome. Thank you. Sup, Stove? How's it going? How's it hanging? You can answer the first question. You don't have to answer the second one. But you could if you wanted to. It's Swan's microphone, and I don't mean it's the same exact one. In terms of branding, I mean it's her exact microphone. She's in North Carolina right now, so she doesn't even know that I stole it yet. Get out, Steve. Make more art. That's rude. How dare you? Make more art. But only if you want to. He stole the microphone out of my room, the heath. That's why I'm in jail again. That sentence just keeps climbing. Stove, I was wondering, you said there would be future commissions at some point. You didn't mean more of the handler, right? Like, you were gonna diversify if you were ever gonna do... Like, you don't want more handler art, right? Like, right? Like, right? Like, right? You don't want more of that. Nobody would want more than one handler work of art, would they? Every single one? Oh, no. Why can't God just strike me down? With a lightning bolt. Does he do that? Does the Christian God ever use lightning? I know Zeus uses that. He was smiting people with lightning. Does the regular God do that to people? Capital G? Surely he's smote people before. A freaking Old Testament God, he doesn't just use lightning, though. He kind of goes off with his punishment, his eternal damnation. He's like, I'm gonna fling acid blood at you from the sky. It's gonna be a plague of locusts. He goes nuts. So maybe some lightning wouldn't be too bad. In comparison to what he could be doing. Also, this mic, I still haven't downloaded the equalizer. I have to do that. I need to add more bass. Or whatever I want. I finished my wrist exercises and it finally stopped popping. I think that's good. Unless you can't move it anymore, and that's why it stopped popping. It doesn't pop anymore because it is locked in place. Now, unfortunately for you, Swan, you cannot just simply go the way of amputation. Because you need your wrists as an artist. I do not need my knees, so I'm still open to my amputation method. I think I'm gonna keep that one in the back pocket there. Maybe I'll apply it someday. Hey, doctor. Could you just, like, from the knee, just get it out? No, it definitely shouldn't be popping. Alright. When Zeus chose to die on Frisbee of Thrones, was granted mercy by his father, Big Zeus, through a deadly bolt of lightning. So I'm sure you're right somewhere in there. I don't even know. Yeah, what you're talking... Maybe if you keep rotating your neck until it stops popping, the blood flow to your brain should return, and you'll be okay. I got most of it. Except for Frisbee of Thrones. That's the part that's really throwing a monkey wrench into my plans here. Stove, did you hear? I dropped way too much money on a PC today. I had to call my bank and ask them to raise my daily spending limit, which always makes me feel like a bit of a degenerate. I say always, but this is the first time I had to do it, but I imagine if I had to do this multiple times, it would be a similar sensation. He still won't get a disc. I need the PC more. Think about it this way. Now that I have the PC, I can look for desks that'll suit the PC, as opposed to the other way around. Which is a much easier thing to curate. Steve, yell at him. An expensive floor computer is still a computer on the floor, dude. I don't have my computer on the floor. Swan is the one who has her computer on the floor. My computer is on a desk, like a civilized man. Some of us have respect and integrity. No, mine's on a TV stand. Bitches love desks. You need a desk. Why does this phrase always come up in my chat? Stove over here with the bitches love desks. Rob came in here one day and he was like, bitches love Okami. It seems to... I'm noticing a pattern. Do you guys perhaps know each other? I'll introduce you sometime. Now that I have the PC coming, though, in 4 days, I'll be able to do a ton of stuff on stream that I wouldn't have been able to otherwise. Like, play literally any game with 3D graphics. I could do that. I could play Street Fighter on stream now if I wanted to. And I do, at some point. At least for a little bit. Why not? I could do it for like an hour or two. After I do my comic progress for whatever day that would be. I can finally do... I could do that collab Portal 2 stream that Garo wants to do. I could probably already do that, but I could do that with, like, full confidence and, like, not worry about my computer exploding. So that'll be good. Should probably message them at some point. I could tell them when I get my new PC. I will have to spend the next few days, when it shows up, though, sort of importing everything onto hard drives. And then, or like, you know, putting it in Gmail or Google Drive, digital drive, so that I can send all my stuff that I need. Like my comic pages, for example. I'm also going to need to get my Clip Studio license. That'll be annoying. I don't even know where to find that. So that I can re-up that on the new PC without having to buy another one, because that would be annoying. Or I could just say, frick it, and just not import the Clip Studio license over, and instead save up enough money to get the Clip Studio EX version, because that would be dope, because then I could do animations, and not have to do that annoying process where I import assets into Krita and animate them that way. He's gonna make his new PC and smooch it? Give it a lovely name? I don't like this fan fiction you're creating about me and my computer. But yes, me and my new PC lady from DMC5 are gonna have a long, fruitful relationship. And nobody can stop us from doing that. That's her full name, by the way. Her legal title. Actually, I don't really like that trend. Probably, I don't want to reinforce that. It's already weird when car guys do that. You know, it's emblematic of internalized misogyny. When guys are like, this is my car, I give her a name. Her name's Rosaline. It's like, you know, it's just like, it just reeks of objectification. So I probably won't do that. I got a new lady in my life. Oh, for real, dude? Pixar, it didn't happen. Shows my PC. Yeah, that's the problem. You don't want people to think you objectify, to a literal degree, women. That's what misogynists do. I'm not gonna do that. Desktop wallpaper of lady. At that point, I'm just like anthropomorphizing my PC. Which, I'm sure some people are cool with. That's not. You don't want her to look like an emoji. There we go. Just like that. No. The mouth is so hard, dude. How do I do this? How do I do that? Marco Bucci made a video all about mouths. He said the hardest facial feature to draw, and the title was Hint. It rhymes with South. And you'll never guess what it was. It was mouth. I'm going to spoil it right now. And I think he's right. I might need to rewatch that video. God, I am literally sweating in this room right now. I have 2 walls of this room exposed to the outside world, so you would think that would be some kind of inherent climate control just built into the room that I'm in. Certainly when I'm in the winter, this room is the coldest thing in existence. It feels like there's no insulation in this room that I have. It's on the edge of the house. Sucks. I was gonna say houth, like with a lisp. Or noth, like nose, kind of. It's the hardest feature to animate in 3D, the mouth, that and elbows. Yeah, I can imagine elbows are annoying. All that joint overlap. Just rife for texture clipping. 100%, I can see it. Let's flip this and make sure it's good. We got to fill in this pupil a bit. Sorry, the iris. It just all looks like a pupil because I gave them very simple eyes. It's funny, I just decided to go with the all black for all of the characters that I introduced in this opening chapter. But, like, they don't all have that. In fact, the protagonist of the story, she doesn't even have that either. She has, like, the more stylized anime eye. Like this. If it'll open, yeah, like this. She just has, like, these eyeballs. I don't know why I decided to go straight up black for every character in Chapter 1 and the prologue. But that's how it shook out. Accidentally, I guess. Also, I think, just maybe, we are done with the line art for this page, except for the necklace. I gotta do that. Then we'll be done with the line art. Then I can do other stuff. My friend just started booting up Elder Scrolls Online again. I'll have to have a stern conversation with him about that later. Remind him that that company is terrible? Why would he do that? How dare he? I'll have to be like, and I'm going to give him a fake name here to protect his privacy. I'll be like, Kyle. What have I told you about playing Elder Scrolls Online? Yeah, I think this all looks good. I think it all looks good. What did they do? Did they hurt you? I mean, have you seen how many DLC expansions have been released for the Elder Scrolls Online? It's downright predatory at this point. So many. They didn't hurt me, but they've hurt so many people, I'm sure, just by way of having that many DLC expansions, that it's like, oh my god. That's rough, just hearing about it. And also Elder Scrolls in general. Not Elder Scrolls, but, you know, Bethesda in general. Creators of Fallout 76, I don't think any company can fully recover from being the one that made Fallout 76. That's like, you can never live that down, I don't think. That is a laughingstock of any industry. If a project like that happens in it. Of course, they're going to milk their most successful game ever and never have to work again. That's not even like Skyrim, though. I mean, it's an Elder Scrolls game, sure. But yeah, they'll just milk anything they got. They are no stranger to doing so. I will say, ever since I found this circular ruler tool, drawing these necklaces have been way easier. Very happy about that, because otherwise I would have had to look for a brush to do it, and that would have been annoying. I still want to look for some more brushes though. There's some I've been looking at a lot of like traditional textured pens, and there's this YouTube channel I watch called Drawfee. Sometimes they just and they use Clip Studio a lot. They'll just look. They do a lot of speed draws, and they just experiment with their brushes sometimes. And they're like, I've been using this brush recently, it's pretty cool. And I should really look at what they're doing. All they have to do now is release the most important RPG ever made. That's all they gotta do. Is that really so much pressure? Oh yeah, I gotta do, where is the thing? Gotta merge all this. Their words, not mine. Well, let's hope they can live up to it. So far, here's what we've heard about Elder Scrolls 6. That concludes the segment on what we've heard about Elder Scrolls 6. So, it's either going very well or very bad. Bad. Oh, my phone vibrated. Oh, I'm a millionaire. No, that's not true. It was just another Twitter notification. And no, it was not lewd this time. It was another political tweet. I don't know why I even look these days. I should just uninstall the app. I don't even use it. I was using it to post daily studies, but we all know how well that's going. I'm not going to post daily comic updates, although maybe I could. I also learned a thing recently. Somebody was, it was a video about how to further your art career online, and it was actually a very insightful video on how to use certain social media platforms to their fullest degree. Or it has yet to actually exist, and the tiny amount of landscape they showed was canned assets being scrolled over for a background. String the fans along for as long as possible. Very potentially true. Almost the most likely scenario, in my opinion. But yeah. The video I watched, talking about how to utilize social media platforms effectively, they talked about Twitter, and they said most people use Twitter wrong when they're trying to cultivate a following online, because they try to start their own conversation. They try to post on Twitter and think that that's going to drive engagement. You use a hashtag, and you think that your own engagement is just going to develop naturally, like, you know, like you would expect, like with old school Instagram. But they told everyone. Show me that, Zotan. Show you what? Oh, the video? I'd have to go find it. I can't even remember. He said that the most effective way to utilize Twitter is to follow other people's conversations and get involved in other, more popular conversations. The video? Yeah, I'll try to look for it in a bit. But he was saying that one of the most effective ways to utilize Twitter is to, like, be a part of a bigger conversation than you. So if there's, like, a really popular conversation or post happening in the art world, you know, sort of insert yourself with meaningful content, like a meaningful insertion of it, be it like a post. If it's like, if there's a post that's huge talking about, like, show me a panel from whatever you're working on, or show me your most recent concept art piece, something like that. You know, posting on the other people's posts that get more attention than yours is a surefire way to facilitate more engagement from Twitter than just, like, doing your own thing. And that was kind of insightful to me, because it's like, you really just can use a social media platform wrong these days. And it's almost like you wouldn't even expect that or think about it more than like a second. But it's true. You could just be using the platform in a way that is not conducive to its growth anymore. That's smart. It was very insightful, and it's such a simple solution, but it also requires a bit of fine-tuning on your end. Like, you have to, because the key was, like, meaningful engagement. Don't just put yourself in somebody else's replies to their post, being like, hi, I'm also here. Would you like to see my art? On, like, an unrelated post? That would do nothing for you. But actually, you know, becoming a part of a bigger conversation that's already happening with meaningful content that is relevant to it, that makes a lot of sense. And so I wonder if I should ever, like, test that out and actively seek out accounts that would try that engage in that kind of way. I don't even know how I would. I see plenty of those on Twitter, though, where it's like, post which 2 posts of your account made you the most famous or whatever. And it's like, I'm not famous, but Similar types of content might work. Are we out of music? We are. Okay, just do Tears of the Kingdom music then. Especially with the Twitter verification crap nowadays, discoverability is in the can. Yeah, absolutely. And I don't even know if TikTok is still a relevant avenue anymore. I don't even know how I would use that. I know you can actually save... Does this show up on OBS? It does not. But, you can save, like, minute-long speed time lapses on Clip Studio. And maybe I could just start doing that for comic pages eventually. I don't know if I have anything relevant these days that I would be willing to show off. Alright, so we have the line art. We got like 20 minutes to flat in some base layers. That's why I like Procreate automatically records time lapses. That's handy. Oh, I just drew over it. There we go. I think this is another one of those pages where I just didn't do a missing panel, which I do sometimes to affect pacing slightly. Or open up the page. Everything's pretty contained in this one, which is fine. Not every page needs to be open. Although I do like it. It is one of my... That's why I did it last page. Right here. Look, it's open. It's free. It's breathing. It's liberated. I feel like my paneling structure is serviceable. As long as it reads clearly, I think that's fine. I'm no Witch Hat Atelier right now. I don't have that sort of stylistic flair that comes with experience. I don't really know the rules well enough for paneling to break them in a way that's interesting. But I hope to one day study from that manga better. More, even. And start figuring that out. Bet you can't make a page with only 3 character panels? I bet you I could. But each panel would have to have like 40 figures in it to compensate for it. Rookie number 0 character panels, whole comic, bet. No? How am I going to draw my strong female protagonist if I can't draw any characters for the whole comic? It makes no sense. I didn't devise the whole character design for this buff elf lady just to not use it. Overtone. Subtext. My screen is black right now, by the way, so if I'm not doing anything, that's why. There it is. Welcome back. I gotta fine-tune this whole... this fill tool. You'll notice there are some little Rubik's Cubes poking out every now and then. And I don't know how to quite fix that. It might just be the brush I use for line art. It has gaps built in within it. because, you know, it's a pencil brush. So I don't know if there really is any way I can fully solve that. Why did I just, like, ignore that? I was using the fill tool, and then I went back to my old ways. I gotta stop. Use the fill bucket tool, why don't you? You freaking goblin-y bastard. Alright, we did another one. Put this here, put this here. I did it again. Stop. Just use the fill bucket tool. It's not that hard. Unless you're me, in which case it seems to be impossible. Muscle memory, man. It'll do you in someday. And that day is today. For me. Alright, we did her base colors. Now we have to do the red. The crimson armor of the Cardinal Knights here. Are they good guys? Are they bad guys? I'll never tell. You'll have to wait and freaking see. Now these guys, I don't think I can do the fill bucket tool because I have his leg just open. So I will forego the fill bucket tool for this particular... because a speech bubble is going to cover that up anyway, so... I don't really have to worry about doing the... actually drawing the leg. That's how you... that's one thing, one element of pre-planning a comic I've had to come to terms with. Is just realizing that there are going to be parts of the drawing that are going to be covered up, so just try to allocate your time wisely. And if you can anticipate where you're going to put a speech bubble, maybe just spend less time in that area of the panel in general while you're making it. Because otherwise you're just drawing stuff that's going to get covered up anyway, you're wasting time. I guess on a Patreon tier, you could eventually release pages without speech bubbles so that people could see the art unimpeded. But I don't have a Patreon right now, and I don't care enough to do that. So right now that is irrelevant to me, but as a future concept, I might want to put that in a notes application. So that I can write it down. And utilize it in the future. I've said before how I don't hate trumpets, I just hate the Dootin trumpet from that one Zelda song. I also don't hate piano, love piano, but I hate the doodly-doo piano that they use. Like this one right here, it's a meme at this point for the freaking new Zelda games. With their ambient music. They're just little doodling on the piano. I hate it, so stupid. I hate it. Just play a melody. There's a melody happening on the violins in the background, I can hear it, but then there's just this piano doodling all over top of it. Yeah, they normally include speech bubbles in the page sketches, yeah. They have these source files all broken up. I have my source files for each page I've done so far, luckily. I have not lost a single one yet. I even have pages that I haven't used yet. Or that I will never... I have scrapped pages. Can you believe it? I already have scrapped content. And the comic isn't even out yet. I have pages that I made for when the prologue was going to be very different than it is now, and I'm never going to use them. Agree to disagree. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, it's got words all over it. So I'll hide the screen for a second. So I can hide the words, because y'all can't see. It still is potential spoilers, even though it is scrapped content. Oops, don't yell at me. Computer. I own you. Not for long. You're going in the garbage can. Just kidding. You're supposed to recycle your electronics or resell them, but I don't think there's anybody who's going to want a 12-year-old gaming computer. Okay, I have all the things here. For example, this page. I made this. There's text and everything that I've hidden. But I made this whole thing, and I'm not going to use it. So this would be like a thing I would probably put on Patreon, if I ever had one. Which is just like bonus stuff that I was going to use, but I've decided to no longer use. But I have a bunch of pages like this where it's just a bunch of stuff that I made. And I'm not going to use it. Because the prologue was going to be different. When is your new computer arriving? It says it is expected to arrive June 19th, because I did not want to pay for express shipping, because that is annoying. Express shipping. What am I, made of money? No. Not a kid billionaire. Now this I could probably use the fill bucket tool on. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks great. Ah yeah, that looks so good, dude. I forgot this can happen where it's got all these little gaps in between it. So when this happens, which is another side effect of using this particular brush, is that it does not cover up the interior. So I have to clean up the edges. And then I have to select outside of the thing. Or just inside it. No. Outside works. And then we invert that, and then we color all of this inside here. And there, it's all filled in all nice. So the computer arrives on the 19th, but I don't know when I'm actually going to be able to use it. It depends on how well I can get all my files transferred over that I want. How quickly I can get all my accounts set. I have to write down all my account information on stuff that I'm going to be using. All my Google what are they called? I forget. Google Chrome has these things. Extensions, that's what they're called. It'll be probably a few days of tuning it to get things back to how they are now on my current setup. So I gotta do all that. What did I color in this late? We'll just use her... What do I do here? Hide this again. I got words on screen, alright? And yeah, you're not allowed to read them yet. Only later. At the proper time. I've only accidentally spoiled my comic a few times. I would rather not do it a few more times. One moment, please. Bear with me. And there you go. Let there be light. Is this another... what? Rito Warrior minigame? This sounds exactly like the song they used in Twilight Princess for minigames. You know what I should do? One of these days, since I keep talking about it so much, I should play Twilight Princess on stream. It is still one of my biased favorite games of all time, purely out of nostalgia, and also just because I think it's good. But I should play that on stream at some point. I don't know how long it would take, because that's like a 40-hour game, and I only stream for like 2 hours at a time. So maybe I would do it on the weekend at some point as just a bonus stream. When I could just throw like 10 hours at it. I probably would not stream for 10 hours, that'd be nuts. But you know, for a longer amount of time than normal. Come on, Clip Studio, stop freezing. I'm almost done with the page. You can't stop me now. Well, I'm not done with the page, not by a long shot, but almost done with this part of it. I told myself line art and base layer today, and by golly, I'm gonna get that done today. Final stretch. What is this layer? Where do you belong? What are you? And why are you here? Alright, I guess I don't need that one. And just like that, we are officially where I wanted to be today. So good. We did it. Finished up the line art, did the base layers, all good. And I feel like I've done like 20 minutes of progress for a normal person in 2.5 hours. But that's just what happens when you're me and also you stream your process. So, yeah. Thank you all for stopping by. I will be streaming, hopefully tomorrow. I'm very bad, though, historically, at streaming on Fridays, but I will try my darndest to start streaming more frequently on Mondays and Fridays. I will try. No promises. But, yeah, thanks, Green Man. Thank you, Bird Lady. And everybody else. New PC, big things, big changes. Sea Dog, thank you for streets. Thank you for stopping by. And, yeah. More comic, the usual. And bye-bye.